Building a home in Texas is a lot different than other areas, so today I wanted to go over the 15 things you must know before you build a new construction here in Texas. Number one is that a majority of our production builders are on a base price plus individual fee structure, meaning that your home is built to order. So you'll have the base price, and then based on whatever selections you choose, they will individually add on those prices. Typically, if you're building a home from scratch, it costs about 10% more than the base price that is being advertised. The second type of home that's built here is a spec home or an inventory home, and these are homes that the builder builds without a buyer in mind. So when you purchase this type of home from a builder, that is an all-inclusive price. So the price you see includes everything within that home, so it's already been accounted for. Generally, you can get a much better deal on inventory homes here in Texas, especially if you're going to buy it pretty quickly. Of course, going with an inventory home, the benefit is that it's a little cheaper. You don't have to wait as long, but the con is that you're not going to be able to build the home to your specifications, so it's not as customizable. Number three is that a lot of production home builders here in Texas like to offer incentives or financing incentives, especially when the market is going a little bit slower. A few things you need to know about these is that most of the incentives are if you're going to close on the house within 30 days. The other part of these incentives is that typically it's only if you use their in-house lender. You cannot use an outside lender, you cannot use an outside title company. Basically, you have to marry yourself completely to the builder in order to get those discounts. I also just want to emphasize that generally those incentives are already built into the base price that you are paying. So in actuality, compared to an existing home, it might not always be the best deal. Number four is that home builders and developers here in the Texas area tend to artificially manipulate the inventory. And what I mean by that is that they control how much of their inventory is seen on the MLS, is on their websites, how many lots they've bought from the developer. All of this, the builder kind of keeps hush hush to make you feel like there is a sense of urgency to build the home right then and there. So just be really cautious of that and know that there is no rush. You can take your time on thinking about the home builder and the community. Home builders will do this so that they can control the market a little bit more. They can control the sales price, and they can continue making that sense of demand and urgency that you need to purchase right now. If they showed you everything that they had, then you would not feel the need to buy the house. Number five is that our home builders also do require an earnest money deposit. Typically, it can be less than going for an existing home. It's usually a flat rate anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the home. That earnest money does go towards your closing costs. But if you are building a new construction home here in Texas, then there are some other additional deposits that you should account for. One is that there is a deposit on structure and there is a deposit on design fees. And usually it is about 25 to 50% of the total design center costs or structure upgrades that will also go towards your closing costs. But generally, you're going to need a little bit more cash up front when building a new construction home. Number six is that you also have to pay the lot premiums here when building a new construction home. So you have the base price plus your upgrades plus your structure upgrades, and then sometimes you have to pay a premium on whatever lot you select. So sometimes some builders have standard lots that have no additional cost to it, but if you want a lot that has no back neighbors, a corner lot, a cul-de-sac lot, an oversized lot, anything that is more than being surrounded by houses is going to cost you. In Texas, it's anywhere from $3,000 and I've seen as high as $100,000. Number seven is the mud taxes that are associated with new construction here in Texas. It could be called different things depending on the region of Texas you're in. In Houston, it's called MUD and it stands for Municipal Utility District. Basically, this is a bond that you're going to pay off that pays for the infrastructure and the utilities and the roads in the area, especially in undeveloped areas, and it's part of your property taxes. So when you first move in, it can be really, really high, but as that bond gets paid down, that property tax goes down. But it is definitely something to be aware of because each community will have a different fee and it can significantly change the amount of housing you can afford. Number nine is the builder warranties. Just like there are many different types of production home builders here, there are also many different types of warranties that are offered. Some are better than others, some are more more comprehensive, some are just very simple. Some builders warrant their own warranties, some put it out to a third-party company. It's really important that you research the warranties, because one of the best things about buying new construction is the warranties, the energy efficiency, and that everything is new. So if it were me and I were looking at new construction, I would definitely make sure you understand the warranties before signing a contract. Number 10 is the builder contracts. Here in Texas, the builders can use their own contracts. They do not have to use a traditional real estate contract. Usually these contracts are written in favor of the builder and not the buyer, and they're going to be very reluctant to change that unless you are an attorney or you're using an attorney. Either way though, you should still understand what you are signing and have an attorney review it for you if there are any concerns. Another common thing with new construction here is the exterior elevations. So when you are building a home, there is the exterior, there's the standard exterior, which is usually all brick, but then there's different exterior elevations you can do to the house. So you could add stone to it, you could add stucco to it, you could have extra windows, different roof lines. Each elevation for each floor plan has 4 to 5 elevations that you can choose from, depending on how much more material it is the more expensive it'll be. But that is another way that they add on to the cost of building a new construction here in Texas. Number 12, Texas is leading the nation with master plan communities and new home communities. They are sprouting up everywhere, especially in the Houston area. So it is just as imperative to research the developer and the community that you are planning on building in as it is researching the builder, because just like builders, not all communities and areas are created equal. So make sure that you understand all your different options. Same goes for builders. We have an abundance of production home builders, and typically in our larger master plan communities, you can choose from anywhere from 10 all the way up to 30 different home builders, all within the same community, building very similar homes. So it can get quite overwhelming to know which builder to go with. Typically, I categorize builders into different tiers. We have entry level, then we have mid-tier, and then we have upper tier, and then we have luxury builders, which tend to be more of the semi-custom and custom home builders. Whatever your budget is and whatever you are trying to do will really determine what tier of builder to look in, which will also help you narrow down which communities to look in. There are so many home builders. If you're trying to decide on a home builder, feel free to message me and I'd be happy to discuss that with you. And number 14, especially if you're moving here from out of state, definitely use a buyer's agent to represent you when building new construction. There are definitely some experts out there that can help you with the different communities, the different builders, and really help you hone in on a builder that will meet your preferences. They're really there to advocate for you and to educate you and to make sure that you are making the best decision for your investment. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm know that this is good information. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.